Welcome back to Sampstra Games, the place to find new strategy games, and today we're gonna play File Under Kingdom. And this is such a unique and exciting game. It's technically a city builder, and I'm doing air quotes that you can't see, but I'm doing them as I'm telling it, because it's so different from other city builders and also has a very interesting storytelling mechanic. So I'm really excited to show this off for you. So let's start a brand new game. No tutorial, please. Alright, so this is the city that we want to build. And how this game works is that you need to, and on the right you can see I can build roads and I can build buildings. This is a windmill, this is a dock, a fence, a mine, a lumber camp, a hunter's cottage, house, church, and a watchtower. And each of these have different colored background behind them. So the first three are green, then the second three are red, and then the last are blue. And this symbolizes the resources that building this building will give you. For example, if I build a windmill, it will give me food, which is this first resource over here. The red ones give me materials and the blue ones give me services. Now each building has their own rules, which we can see over here, of how many points of that resource it gives you. For example, logging camp, if it's next to a forest, it will give you 2 wood. A windmill needs to be next to open land to grow wheat and gives you 1 for each wheat. Also, each building gets a bonus if it's adjacent to a road, but the road needs to lead to the castle, so to this over here. Now, what are your goals? Now, none of these buildings cost anything. So what is like the restriction of the game? What am I playing against? Well, mainly space, and then also these resources. I need to get 45 of food, materials, and services, and I need to connect my roads to these 2 strongholds. So I need to buy the land over here, but I can only place my buildings on this sort of brown yellowish background, so I cannot place a building over here. So what I'm gonna need to do is I'm going to need to buy the land. So for example, I could buy this and connect it over here. Now I can also buy this hex or square I should say, and connect it over here, but then I don't have any more squares. So there are a couple of things I can do. I can either do that and try to get the 45 within this area, which I might or might not be able to do, or if I'm not certain if I can do this, an alternative of what I can do is I can buy one and place it over here. And you might think, well, you just lost your game, you have no more money to buy additional stuff, so what did you do? You can actually sell these lands. Essentially you can sort of develop the area and then sell it to some other lord or whomever. So that's what we're actually going to do. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to build a road, and that's because if you have a road that leads to a castle, you get a bonus from anything that's adjacent to it. So I'm going to start by placing a church next to the cemetery. And because it's next to a cemetery, it gives me 2 points. But because it's next to a road, it doubles. So it should actually give me 4, not sure why it gave me. I think it should give me 4, not 6. But okay. Because like if I just place it next to... Oh, okay, it gives me 3 because it's next to a cemetery. Okay, I apologize. So the cemetery is double bonus. If this is just next to the house, it just gives you 2. So this is now giving me... 3 times 2, which is 6, and then this one's giving me 3. So now I have 9 resources. Now notice however that this church is not in the hex. So how much money do you sell for? The money equal to resources. So if I were to sell this is going to give me 6 because the church gave me 6. However, it will get doubled if you have different types of resources. So I'm placing a house here. The house gets 3 because it's next to a church and also because it's next to a road. And then I'm going to place another church over here, which will now give me 4. 3 from the cemetery, 1 from the house. Now I'm going to add 1 more church because they pay so well over here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some of the other type of resources. So next to a house, if you build a fence, it will give you 2 for food. So essentially you can imagine that they're growing some vegetable in their backyard. So now notice that this area is giving me 22 minus the 3 from this church, so 19. But I'm going to be able to sell it for 38 because I have 2 different types of resources. So next type of resource we need is we're going to need to get something red or material. So we're going to place them, I think, over here. Trying to figure out where I can get the max. Maybe let's put it here because we don't need many of these points. Instead I'm going to place a few more houses and churches simply because I think it's going to give us a better bonus for the money, because if I place a church here, it's going to give me another 4. So now I can sell this thing for 93, which I just did, which means I can now buy a much better area. So I'm going to buy, I guess, this. I'm not sure what the volcanic thing gives me a bonus for. I'm not sure if it gives me a bonus for anything, honestly. Oh yes, provide bonus to windmills. Okay, well, that's good to know. So it needs to be right adjacent to a windmill. Okay, so you can see that over here. So we're going to start with that. So we're going to place a windmill over here. And you can see that this gives me 8. Why 8? Well, we have 2 areas. It's doubled because it's next to a road, so it's 4. And then it's doubled because it's next to this volcanic thing. So I'm actually going to continue this road to this other stronghold, but I'm going to try to place another windmill that way, because it's going to give me another huge bonus. This time it's just 4, but again, it's like, it's a really good thing to have. And I think we'll place another one up top over here. So we're already at 18 when it comes to food. Oh, but actually we placed a lot of stuff right next to this forest, which is not great because I need that lumber camp to go there. We're also going to place a couple of lumber camps here, and then I'm going to place a mine all around this place. And I'm going to add a road like this. And once I connect it to the castle, it will give me additional bonus for these 2 mines. I actually might place another one like this. So it gives me a little bit of a bonus here. Now the church is not increasing bonus because it has no houses against it. So now that I place a house, it will actually give us a little bit more. Now, next, we want to continue. So we have, I think we're going to be pretty cool on food, but we need a lot of like resources next to that. We have no more cemeteries, unfortunately. So watchtower is something, if you place it, you get bonus from being next to a building. So it's a good idea to place it near these sort of like mines, because it gives you a really high bonus. You can see one watchtower gave me like 4. I think we'll place another one over here. And I think we're going to place some houses in this area. And I'm going to place a church next to them because the church is going to give me additional 3. Okay. Now we do got to watch out for the materials. I think that's going to be the toughest thing to get. So let's check the materials. We get a bonus from... There's really nothing that gives a bonus to the hunting camps. You just kind of have to have it wherever. So... in the worst case, we can always buy one more land and go there if we need to. So we're going to try to go with these things. I'm going to place it next to a road because it's going to give me a 3. And then I can place another one here, which will also give me a really nice bonus. And I think over there, I like to kind of share this thing. I don't think here at the bottom it's going to give me 2, which I guess is fine. You can somewhat share this. You're not going to lose from getting the same thing as the same type as the windmill. It's like, I only need 1 more for the resources, so I'm not going to worry about that now. Instead, we'll try to focus on maybe some of the windmills. So like windmill here and another one up there. Maybe a couple up top here. Alright. The question is, can we get 12 on windmills and 12 on this over here? I'm not entirely sure. Now, for the resources, let's try to get a church and another house, maybe. The houses, by the way, also get a bonus from being adjacent to each other. Alright, so we just need 2 more houses, but the question is whether we can handle the windmills. I'm not entirely sure. Like this. Okay, windmills are done. But I need 2 for houses. I don't think we'll make it, guys. We're gonna need to buy... Ah, this is so sad. We were so close. So we're gonna build a house. Wait, actually, the house will give me 2. Yes, we can make it. And this will also give me... Oh, amazing. So we probably did need the extra land, but we got a lot of additional money. And we could have made it with 2 less houses, apparently. So we got silver. And this next part is really cool. So you finish this city, and then you're going to jump to the next city. But first, you're going to read this sort of event that happened. No doubt, sire, you saw the blaze that started our farms last night. I did. Is it finally under control? Yes, all but extinguished. However, the damage it has caused is quite considerable. Go on. Go on. Well, we were able to pull the livestock out in time. But the fields being as dry as they were, well, the next harvest looks to be quite poor. One bad harvest shouldn't rock the boat too much, I would think. Yes, but the fire also reached our grain stores that were decimated, sire. Right, well, someone better explain quickly where that leaves us. We can still supply the kingdom with fish and whatever livestock that was saved from blaze, but grain was our major source of food. There won't be enough to go around. Bark me. Who else knows about this? Just ask sire. Good, I want my larder fully stocked and you can all see to your own. General, once news gets out, I expect that people will get a bit rowdy, and depending on how long this lasts, desperate too. Don't worry, sir, we'll keep them in check. Sire, I might be able to appeal to our more devoted followers that they take this time to fast, and think upon how fortunate we all are to be a part of God's kingdom. By all means, Father. Will you be fasting too then, Aldo? Huh? Alright, so what this means is that we need to get 50 of each of these resources, but there is a sort of, the next event will be affected based on how much we get in either fate or security. So essentially in the services, we don't want to focus that much on housing. We want to focus on one of these. And if you have it high enough, then that will help us out. So we can either focus on fate, make sure that everybody is sort of, you know, not eating and fasting, or we can focus on services and make sure that on watchtowers, make sure everybody has security. So I'm going to do a similar thing to last time. I think I'm actually going to sell a place because I think it's really helpful. And I think we're going to grab, I do like the cemeteries. I think we'll place the cemetery over here. So this is going to be the one we'll use to actually get the points. And this thing up top is going to be the thing that I am going to be selling. So I think I can place a watchtower here, and then we're going to surround this with houses. And we're going to place a church to get a lot of points from it, yes. And I'm going to place another watchtower here because it gets a double bonus. And we'll do something quite similar. Oh, actually, we do have to have... Well, we'll do something really similar here. Oh, I placed that wrong, but it's okay. So let's place a fence up there. And now we're going to place a church down here. And this is going to give us 105. So we get a huge amount of money. Now the lighthouses, the water can be interesting in order to get docks, because docks can give you food and it can also work as a road. So essentially if you have a dock that's in light of the lighthouse and then another one, you can get a bonus from that. But otherwise, I don't think it's that great to make money. So we're actually going to pick the volcanic area for here. And we're going to get some windmills. And I think I'm going to get another volcanic area like this. And like that. And I think we should be able to handle this within this area. So I'm going to start with the windmills, because I can get that huge amount of bonus just from being around there. Should be slightly careful about the roads now though, because they're going to sort of make this a little difficult. Like we're losing a little bit. Oh, I can't go to the bottom because there's a cemetery there. Ah! Oh, I messed this up because I can't remove this windmill. Oh man, that's why we're gonna have to build one more. Oh, this is so embarrassing, guys. Okay, I guess we'll build the road first so that we don't make any more embarrassing mistakes like this. I cannot believe I messed that up. Silly. Okay, well, never mind. All right, let's place more windmills. We're gonna be... Okay, we're done with windmills, so we're cool. Next up, I want to get a lot of bonuses from my churches. So we're gonna place like a church here and here. And we're gonna cover it around with houses. Because houses gets bonuses from being adjacent to each other and also from being adjacent. We definitely didn't need this many, this big of an area, but whatever. I think I'm gonna place some more here and place another church this way. And now we gotta handle the resources. So we're gonna start with some mines. But we actually surrounded this mine with other things, so we can't use it. So we're actually going to cover the rest with just these hunting camps, I think. Yeah, because it's next to the road, we actually get a huge number of these. Yeah. Alright, but we got less buildings than expected. See, this is what happens. If you pick a really good land, like for example, the volcano, it's so useful for the windmills. And similarly to like the cemetery for the churches, because like I can get 6 per one church, which otherwise I'll get like 2 if it's next to the house. So it's absolutely huge. And this one land, like we didn't need this land. I could have done it this way, but I messed up with the road down there. That's okay. But now we actually got a lot, and when it comes in terms to fate, we didn't really get many watchtowers. So I'm curious about the next event is going to be like. Right, what's the latest on our food shortage? Well, it's been tough, but I believe we'll soon be out of it, sire. And the peasant, how have they weathered? Now, because we have high fate, this is the event we get. Your Majesty, with my guiding hand, they have endured. Good. However, I must admit I could not reach everyone, for some chose to hide from the Almighty's light, so those I left to General Ivar, which appears to have been too much for him. Yeah, so because we didn't have the watchtower, we sort of failed that sort of second part. So there we get the negative part of the event. So I was really happy that I could show that off to you. I think I messed up the voice. I think the king had sort of like a deep voice and this one was with the piratey voice. Sorry, the kingdom is like a tinderbox right now and my men are trying to catch sparks before they hit and burst into flames. Well, it seems you missed a few. From what I hear, bandits have taken root in the forest nearby. What are you doing to stamp out those flames? I've sent men in there to root them out, but so far they've eluded us. At least your men return. I'm not sending any more of mine till we can assure they're gone. So this is like, we're gonna have a shortage of, I guess, lumber, presumably. If I have any hunters to spare, if I could ask them to help you track these bandits down, that would be more than appreciated, Yarim. See? That they're dealt with, Ivar. I don't want Borin's work delayed. Of course, sir. If you ever need some guidance, General, my door is always open. Thank you, Alda. So this time we want to get a lot of hunters. So that's kind of like the requirement here. And also security. So both of these things are things that we're going to care about. Yeah. Trying to figure out if we want to do this or if we're going to end the episode here. But I think we'll do one more. Because I'm curious. So we're gonna place this over here. Yeah, we're definitely gonna need to sell something this time because as you can see, like money-wise, we're not quite handling this so well. So we're gonna go over here. And we're gonna have to sell this piece over there. So we're gonna start with some, I guess, lumber camps. To get some nice bonuses. And then I'm thinking a watchtower and we'll surround it with houses. And we'll place a fence so that we get all of these types of things. Oh, and I'm actually going to build a road that will go like this. So that all of these will get a bonus. And I'm going to place a watchtower, a house, and then next to the house I'll build a church. Let's see how much. 117, yeah, that's plenty. That's plenty of money. Very good. We could get the lighthouses if we want it. Like here on the bottom. Oh, I can't go on the bottom. Okay. Well, then let's go this way. So this is a really nice area. Like that. Ooh, the volcano. We know we love that. And we got 37. So we could finish this with the lighthouse or just a regular area. I'm going to try a lighthouse just because I haven't shown it to you yet. So I want you to see. So we can build a dock this way. And it's in view of the lighthouse and this way. So it's going to count as if this was on a road. So now it's actually connected. Now each dock gets a bonus from a house nearby. So you want to build it like this. And then I'm going to build another dock here. And I'm going to surround it with more houses. And I think we'll add... Actually, we need the watchtowers instead of the church this time. So what we want to do is we really want to surround it. I think I want to surround it as much as possible. Also, each house gets a bonus from being adjacent to another house. So we're going to get like a lot of resources. I'm going to fill this place up with, I think, like just security. So let's get more points this way. And we'll add a watchtower like so. Alright. Next, we want more docks so that we can get more food. Okay. And then we're gonna start with some mines over here, and again more watchtowers because they'll get a good bonus here as well. We're almost done with our security, but we're gonna need a bunch of hunters soon. So let's start with the windmills because they get bonus from being near this volcano. Also, as always, I should be building my roads first, otherwise I'm going to get in trouble. I don't know why I said that in such an excited voice, but I am kind of excited about it. Alright, more lumber mines and also lumber camps, because why not? Alright, and we're gonna need to start on those hunters soon, but we get like a gazillion space over here, so I'm not worried at all. Let's get a few more lumber camps. And let's start working on these hunters. Okay. And let's add an extra space up there. Now, we've got some more windmills to place, so I'm gonna add them all around. Alright, one more windmill over there. And one more windmill over there. Great, down on windmills, down on this, so all we just need is more security. So we're gonna add again... actually, having a watchtower next to a watchtower doesn't give you such a good bonus, so you want to make sure to you avoid that. Let me just check this. We have 23 and we're gonna have like 40 on this. I think that's hopefully enough when it comes to the hunters. Ooh, they wanted us to have more money this time. Okay, but they actually did perfectly on land, so that's interesting. Okay, so let's go next. And let's see what happens. The bandits are gone finally, but it looks like we've been left with the cleanup. I were not around to help. No, he's off tending to his own. He flooded the forest with his men, but those buggers were ready and waiting. I think it was only numbers that saw him through. Any advice, Father, on what to do with those dead fools? Burn or bury them. They were all sinners, so you could leave them to rot in the sun for all I care. You wouldn't have to smell them. Yeah, so we had plenty of security, so that was fine. Apparently they didn't seem to think we had that much hunters, but okay, doesn't really matter. Ooh, so this is interesting. This is all water, but actually I think we're gonna end the episode here. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, write down in the comments, and you can click on the right to watch some other games that are on this channel. I'll see you there. Bye bye.